Hello, everybody. RMJ Movie Reviews back again with my Halloween movie review. I'm actually doing this the 30th the night before, but because YouTube is like so crappy and retarded right now, for some reason these little megabyte videos or whatever are taking like days to load. It's retarded, I don't get it. But I had to make a choice because I didn't want to do the whole Halloween series, and I didn't want to do the whole Friday the 13th series. So I chose one movie from each series. I decided to go with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, which, you know, we all know people who are hardcore horror fans. This was the first Carpenter, Deborah Hill written, produced sequel, because they had involvement in by force on Halloween 2, and they had something to do with Halloween 3. We all know Michael Myers wasn't in Halloween 3. But this was the one that was strictly creatively controlled by Moustapha Akkad, who has since passed on now. And I will say why I chose Halloween 4, of course, all of us Halloween fans, we love 1. We love 2, despite some of its flaws that are debatable amongst horror and Halloween fans. I even like 3, but I kind of feel, in my personal opinion, as a viewer, and I saw this film when it first came on video. I believe I don't know if it was 88 or 89. It must have been 1989 when this movie came on home video. But I rented it from Earl's Video Store. My dad let me, on a big, gigantic VHS tape with that photograph of Michael Myers with his white face and a little red outline. I don't know, somebody who sees my review, you might be able to find that video box cover somewhere on YouTube's, or not on YouTube, but somewhere online. You guys can probably find it. Regardless, I think out of the Moustapha Akkad creative controlled sequels, which was everything up to Halloween Resurrection, I think 4 is the strongest sequel. To me, the non-Carpenter Deborah Hill sequels, I think this one is the strongest movie. It's directed by Dwight H. Little, who of course directed Rapid Fire, Marked for Death, Murder 1600, and some other movies that I can't even think of right offhand. I will say what I really like about Halloween 4 is that, in my opinion, I think it pays heavy respect to the original movie and some of the stuff they did in the sequel in Halloween 2, the original 1981 Halloween 2. I really like the fact that in this one, in rewatching the movie again, because it's been a while since I had sat and just watched it straight through, Michael Myers is pretty, he's kind of close to how he was in 1 and 2, where it's just like that embodiment of evil, and kind of less of him is more. They kind of show a lot of him kind of in the first act of 4, and they show a lot of him obviously in the third act, but kind of in the middle portion of this movie, you don't really see him that much. I mean, you kind of see hands and him kind of wandering around in the background, but they don't really show him that much. And to me personally, I think Michael Myers works best that way. You know what I mean? And I'll even go so far as to say, obviously, I never thought this movie was scary. But I will say, I think that Michael Myers is at least creepy in this film. Is he as creepy as he was in the original or the second one? Of course not. But I think that this movie kind of nailed it a little bit closer than, of course, 5. And we all know, of course, Curse of Michael Myers, and especially H2O and the god-awful, atrocious Resurrection. And Rob Zombie's movies is just a whole nother alternate world, so we won't even go there. But I think in that respect, this one is pretty reverent to the original. A lot of the killings in this, and most of the movie, I didn't even notice until now, a lot of it is aftermath. You're not even seeing Michael do a lot of this stuff. And there are partial tiny moments of graphic violence. You know, I think my personal favorite, because I'm kind of sick, is the one where he bangs the ambulance driver's head up against the wall and sticks the thumb into it. I thought that was pretty cool. I remember when I first saw it on video when I was a kid, and it kind of just, because I was like, wow, thumb through the forehead, that was a new one, you know, so I thought that was pretty cool. And I really like a lot of the actors in this movie. I think that this sequel was as good as it could have been. You know what I mean? Without the involvement of Deborah Hill and John Carpenter, it was as good as it could have been. I really like the cinematography on this one. Again, paying homage to the original. A lot of blues, a lot of wind, kind of leaves feels. I think in this movie, this one, and I'd probably say Curse of Michael Myers, it actually feels like it's autumn Halloween. 5 and the other ones after that, it just doesn't feel like it's Halloween to me. You know, but I really I think Halloween 4 is a pretty decent reverent sequel. Donald Pleasance has cranked up his shtick in this one to a second level, not nowhere near as far as he went in 5. But he kind of, cranks it up to another level of he's evil and he's here and he's not a human being anymore. That stuff is so much fun. And what I love about Donald Pleasance is how he totally played this material straight. Donald Pleasance carried this series until his death, even on the awful Curse of Michael Myers. He is what keeps you invested. And in particular, I really, Danielle Harris, I mean, in my opinion, watching her, I just think she's a little more than a plot device. I mean, she doesn't bother me. One reviewer guy I saw on the internet, he really hates her. To me, she's okay. I mean, she's there for you to feel sympathy and make you think Michael's evil, so she works for that. But I say in particular, I really like the actress Ellie Cornell is her name, who plays Rachel. I think she's a very, very good and strong actress. I really, really like her. I wish I could find some other stuff that she's done. I'm not really sure what else she's done, but I don't know. Maybe somebody can find it. If there's any negative that I have to say about the film, I really don't like the fact of how Michael looks in the picture. I really don't like the mask. I don't feel the actor George P. Wilbur had the physicality for the role. He kind of looked clunky to me. So in that respect, I don't think they made a good choice, and I definitely don't think it was good artwork on the mask. But outside of that, I really like the music in this one. Alan Howarth, who assisted the music, I think on all the films. I think all the films up until Curse of Michael Myers, I thought he did a really good job with the music. And again, who could forget that creepy ending where, at the end it turns out that Jamie Lloyd, Michael has transferred the evil to Jamie Lloyd and she stabs her mother, which I thought that was a pretty good and creepy ending. And Halloween 4 is a decent scare machine. Even for the time, it was as good as it could have been. So to me, I think it's the strongest, and I think it's the strongest of the Mustafa Akkad sequels. And I think it pays, like I said, heavy reverence to the original. So it's tons better than that piece of garbage Halloween 5, which is awful, and Curse of Michael Myers. But that's my review of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I think I'm going to do a Friday the 13th movie tomorrow, even though it won't load until November 1st. So you guys, please give me your feedback on the Halloween series, some comments that I made about the characters, the writing, Ellie Cornell, the sweetest thing in the world. And RMJ Movie Reviews with my Halloween movie review. And I'll see you guys later.